What you got going on over there? Random rambling, it's a lot over here, so just keep up. Welcome to my life, be like real life, told by QV. What it look like this week, we got an hour for you to save the world, let's go. I'm so happy to have you here.
Well, here we are again, yet another week. Welcome to My Life Be Like Real Stories Told by QV. I am your host, QV, because who else could I be at this point? As much as I would like to morph into somebody else, I unfortunately am still QV. So, welcome. This is episode 10. Episode 10, and I'm going to warn you right now, this is going to end season 1. I'm going to start season 2 as I record. I'm going to debate whether I'm going to skip a week or I'm going to record like, I'm going to just keep the continuous recording and like start with season 2 next week. But y'all listening and I'll just get a feeling. So, here we go. Another day, another dollar. Well, my life be like, it's been a little hellacious these last couple of days. I've already posted that I put my 45K GoFundMe up. Well, here's an update. Well, I have gotten some donations into everybody that has donated. Thank you. They're just not donating to the GoFundMe. Everybody's been Cash Apping, Venmo, and Zelling me, which is I do have Zelle and Apple Pay. Just don't want to put my phone number up like that on the internet. So yeah, you can definitely send Zelle, Afterpay, Cash App, whatever. Just inbox me and I got you. The um other thing is financial aid. I did get some resolve after I recorded the pod. They let me start and they told me that I would run out of aid after this year, which is I mentioned that in the video. So I did start school and I was able to go back in retro, like make up work from last week when I was like, screw it all. Um, so yeah, this is week 2 of school. Gotta do some homework when I get finished. Just only one assignment. I'm only taking one class right now. It's that mandatory like university class that like every school make you take. To kind of get you acclimated to their policies, processes, and all the things. Your major, that thing. And at Jackson State it was called University Success. This one is like technology and something I don't even know. Yeah, that. So yeah, so um, that's what my life is like. Other than that, everything is great. Stress at work is beginning to slow down. If you know, you know. But right now everything else is fine. We're getting ready to get into the holiday season, and I'm gonna address that on this last episode because I have some very important things to say about the holidays as we approach that season. So, other than that, my GoFundMe is always in the caption of these videos. Please use them. Um, and I want to apologize for not mentioning in my pod caption last week. I was supposed to tag Generations, Brito, and all them, and I'm gonna make sure that I do that this week. Because I meant to put them in there. I'm writing my note right now. I'm gonna put them in there because I had somebody to call me. He was like, "Girl, where the people you ate? Them people." I was, "Oh man, my bad. I got you. I got you." So I am gonna tag the food from last week in this thing, and I'm gonna let you know it's from last week. So yeah, that's what my life is like. Health update this week. I've been feeling a little bit better, but not much. I gotta schedule some follow ups. Been looking for some recommendations on what kind of people I needed to see, and so yeah, that's that's that. Um, let's see. So this has been a very interesting first season, and I think that I learned a whole lot doing this podcast. I mentioned this week that podcasting is hard, but it's fun and it's rewarding. Like, it's my outlet. It's my new hobby. It's what I like to do. Listening to podcasts, growing, learning. I feel like I learn something every time I crank this podcast mic up and I turn on, my Apple Podcasts. This is where I listen to podcasts that just listen to all the different podcasts that I listen to. I learn a lot or whatever. And people are trying to figure out, when am I gonna do a visual podcast? So I don't know, but I'm gonna tell y'all. It was like, all you gotta do is like turn the camera on while you're recording and blah blah blah. Y'all don't know. Sometimes when I'm recording these podcasts, I'm laying in the bed under the cover, wrapped up. Unless y'all just want to see me laying in the bed, wrapped up. Like, sometimes I'm laying on the sofa, half asleep, bunny on. Like, I'm not always sitting in a chair in a well lit area, like where I can. Yeah, I don't always be dressed presentable or nothing. I be in some of the weirdest of positions and stuff, wrapped up. I be walking around. Sometimes I be cooking home meals because I got lapel mics that I can clip somewhere, and I be doing the absolute most. Y'all don't. I'm gonna get to that point. I think I'm gonna work on getting me a office space, a podcast space where I can sit, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to sit that long. Like, y'all gotta remember, some of these podcasts this season were 2 hours, almost 3 hours long. So I was sleeping, laying down. Things happen. I have to pause. All the things. I don't know about a visual podcast. I don't know. Maybe one day. But if y'all get this GoFundMe paid off, y'all could always start another one for me to go to an actual podcast studio. And then I can, you know, do that. There's a couple around here that I think I can get a membership to. So that's always a possibility, y'all. Like, reminder to me, because somebody asked me this: how much does they were trying to get in the podcast, and like, how much does podcasting make? Like, how much do you get paid to stream your podcast? And I was like, you don't get paid to stream your podcast. You pay to stream your podcast. I was like, so I have my podcasts are distributed rather through RSS. RSS, I have the teacher educator package. It's $4.99 a month. The only way you get paid through podcasts is if you have a um subscribers area. I don't know how much it for Apple. Sorry. I don't know how much I don't know how much a monthly subscriber pay is, but like, my yearly subscription is $20 and I got $14 back commission per subscriber. So I think that's pretty decent. $5. $5. They take $5. Considering the time, that's why I press people to subscribe. The other way you can get paid is RSS does push to YouTube, so you would have to try to figure out how to get your YouTube monetized and stuff. But I'm working on trying to figure it out, because the only thing that goes on my YouTube channel right now is this podcast stuff. So I'm gonna figure out how to incorporate other content for my YouTube, because I realized with YouTube you need shorts. and series and stuff for you to YouTube is complicated. Um, I don't even watch YouTube like that no more. Yeah, there are other things out there, but I've been trying to figure out how to work it out. Um, yeah, I don't know. But I remember very first. It's been 2 months now. It was August the 18th, actually, when I made my first episode. I introduced y'all to me and my life, and I didn't quite know how this season was gonna roll out. Yeah, I go yawning. I can't. You never get through this without yawning, and I don't understand why. Um, I didn't know what was gonna happen from the intro, and now being 10 regular episodes, 5 exclusives, and 4 subscription episodes in, I'm like, wow. Ooh, Lord. I don't know. Um it's crazy. But it's a part of just stepping out and um and just doing it. Like, it's been crazy, but it's been fun. I've had a lot of negative feedback from this, but I've also had a lot of positive feedback. A lot of people that I never thought would listen to me was like, "Girl, every time I see my subscription, like, cause of course, when you like or add me onto Spotify or Apple Music, as soon as it uploads, you get a notification." It was like, as soon as I get my notification, I either go and listen or I set my timer or an alarm to go back and listen. It was like, you are the funniest thing. It is how some people have gotten to know me who knew me or knew of me. The podcast has helped them to get to know me, and they was like, you are like the one person I love. And I've even had people who actually their whole listening is really podcast, and it was like, I hope your podcast blow up as big as some of the other podcasts that I listen to. But it was like, because I think you have a very authentic voice, and people really need to hear what you have to say. It was like this. I tell everybody that I know that listen to podcasts, like, hey, I know a girl named QB that got a podcast, and you should really listen. Um, they was like, it kind of incorporates all of you and everything. It's like, so for people who say negative stuff about you are nuts. Please don't let them ever stop you from making podcasts. And I'm saying, no, I don't let people stop me. And I think a lot of people see when I address people, because if you bold enough to address me, I'll address you back. Some people actually think that it's okay to bully people, and they think people like me. A lot of people look at me and they was like, "Oh, she's a public school educator. She's a member of clergy. Of course, she's not gonna bite." And then when I bite, it's like, wait a minute. Yeah, that collar and that license doesn't stop me from biting. If you bite me, I will bite you back. If you get the balls enough to say stuff crazy, it's just like when yesterday, the day before, my cousin wrote that crazy statement on Facebook, which I've gotten so many messages about. Yes, that is my cousin. Yes, who wrote it. You have to go to the video that I posted about my GoFundMe to look at the comment, and I got it and I said it back. And they was like, and her response was horrible. And I don't think people understand how or courtesy or anything or whatever. Yeah, it was bad. Um, but I'll never let anybody physically stop me from doing stuff. Now, what I will do is I will separate myself from people that I feel like are contributing to delinquency or defunct or contributing to negativity around me. Like, I will separate myself. This is why a lot of people hadn't seen me in certain places in a very long time, because when you start negatively impacting my life, I kind of just And now that I actually am having a hardship and stuff, I actually see why I'm separated. Oh man, because I had to figure this out, and I talked to somebody about this yesterday. I was like, it was crazy how when I could contribute, or when I could do, and when I had, and everything, this phone rang, none to stop. Y'all always needed something. QV, 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 QV. Now that I can contribute and give and run around like a rat in a circle, this phone has been silent. Not even, and let me tell y'all something when I say things like this. I don't want you to give me nothing. You can simply call and say, hey girl, I'm just checking on you. But you won't even do that. But if it was the middle of the night, the middle of the evening, the early mornings, you surely had your fingers in the dial finding this number. But I digress. It's cool. It's cool. It's really why I am not bitter about separating myself from a lot of different groups of people, because I won't have you in my life as long as you can use me. And then when I need something, you can't even say, hey, I'm checking on you. I'm praying for you. um is it, I don't have money or anything, but is there anything else I can do for you? Let me see what I can find. um and blah 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 blah. Like, I no, no, like I've yet to hear the millions of people who were calling me last fall and called me one time this year. Once. Once. And QV once. Yeah, that if you know, you know. That's just where I'm gonna end that conversation. If you know, you know. So these 10 episodes have showed me a lot. I have grown closer because I pray about these things, about what to say, what not to say. I discern. I know how to read a room, all the things. Um, and it's been wonderful, and I can't wait to next season. Um, I can't wait to see what God got for the next season of this podcast. So y'all just keep praying, man. I did a lot of exposing, a lot of unraveling and unpacking of my own trauma, of other people's trauma and stuff. I've had people to write me and tell me how much they've healed listening to this podcast. So it's not something that I'm gonna stop doing, if that's what you're concerned about. We're just gonna turn a page, okay, friends? All right, all right. Cause baby, this podcast, my TikTok, have kept me from really crashing out on people. I've had to laugh, make, do to keep from crying a lot and crashing out and just being that person. That that's unacceptable. You should never become that person. But God, thank you. Don't ever take your hand off of me, because I'm not gonna do right. I can admit that, Lord. I'm just not gonna do right. You take your hand off me, and I'm gonna tear the club up. And I mean, 1990, tear the club up, tear the club up. Like, you're not gonna do right. So yeah, I'm excited. Now, if there are things y'all want to hear about, I know people have been egging me for one. Now that I've done that one public education podcast, and I do, lifestyle topics all the time. Now I have people. It was like, you really hadn't done that real churchy podcast. Probably not gonna do it, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. I am not in clergy to preach. I really want y'all to understand that. That was one. Clergy is not something you join. It's something that you are chosen and appointed to be. That's the first thing. God chose me for clergy. I did not choose clergy. Clergy chose me. But I am not in clergy to be popular or to be famous, and I'm not in clergy to preach. I can speak. Um, I can draw people, all the things, but that's not what I'm in clergy for. My main goal in clergy two goals. I have two goals in clergy. Is to one, free people of the trauma behind religion and behind life. Letting people know that regardless of what position or place you are in your life, you are loved, cared, and accepting, and just kingdom building, period. But the first thing you have to do is unpack all of the trauma and all of the mental stress. Like, I don't think some of y'all know how traumatizing and how stressful religion is. Especially right now, you should know. We living in this movement of foolishness in Christianity. But I'm not here. I know a lot of people love clergy because they want a microphone and they want to preach. I don't want none of that. I am okay with the rest of my life never having that microphone and preaching a public sermon. I don't care. It ain't my thing anyway. It ain't. It's not. I am very administrative. I'm very behind the scenes and everything else. I love talking to people one to one anyway, which is why if you know me professionally, you know I don't like general education. I prefer special education and programs. I prefer to work with kids one on one. I don't like groups of people. So my ministry life very well reflects in my professional life and my personal life. I'm not a crowd pleaser. Like, I'm very much me, and if you don't like it, oh well. Um, so yeah, um, yeah. I don't know what else to say or to tell y'all. um, it's nuts out here. I just want y'all to stay sane. Just stay sane. And if that means not watching TV, unplugging for a while, all the things, just stay sane. We living in a world that will make you think you're crazy. We living in a world where people have been emboldened to talk to you any kind of way and make you think you're crazy or make you think you're part of the problem. Amen. Yeah. Just stay sane. Um, I tell people if you build a foundation, a sturdy foundation, you won't have to worry about the wind. And I feel like all of this stuff is just the wind. So you stay firm. See, I say stuff like that. That's what I don't care nothing about preaching. Y'all don't need. I am probably one of the people that will tell you that 35, 45, 45, 55, 55 an hour sermons are so unnecessary. And that's why I'm really not a good fit for the pulpit because people have been conditioned like Pavlov that, oh, you have to stay up there a certain amount of time. I can get a Bible verse in the scripture and give you 5 minutes, like this is the last 7 sayings, and be done. And we had church. Yes, we have. A good time doesn't have to be a long time. I'm gonna say this again. A good time doesn't have to be a long time. So yeah, that's that. I leave the pulpit to people who love it. QV don't care. I can care less about it. I got a good 5 to 7 minutes in me to take a topic of scripture and break it down to you, and we gonna pray and go home. Like, I'm not even one of those long-winded public praying people. I ain't got it in me. I don't have it in me. I just don't. I am very concise and to the point. And then we go home. Like, if I started church, literally, the longest thing probably would be praise and worship. And then we got this little sermon, we go home. Ready to go home. That's me. That's me all the way. So the next thing I want to talk about as we embark into the holidays, I want to talk about mental health. Um, the numbers right now are heartbreaking, and I won't share them. You can go look them up. But suicides, self harm, um, domestic violence, um, just violence against others is spiking because mentally people are not in shape. We living in this very vain social era where people feel like their lives have to message and mirror what's on the computer screen. We have people who can't think for themselves. The internet hype them up for bull all the time, and so they listen to what these people tell them to do, and then they now in trouble. We have people who don't pay attention to red flags. We got people out here who are just lonely and want to be loved and want somebody, even if it costs them their life and their being. We got all kinds of stuff going on. And a lot of this centers in, as I said a couple of days ago, is just not being confident in yourself first. Not healing, not fixing your childhood. A lot of people, and I'm knowing, beginning to notice at 35, and as I talk to people, as I do this podcast, as people feedback to me, a lot of people are in crazy predicaments because they're not taking the time to address um they're not taking the time to address their childhood problems. I, as I've already told on this podcast, grew up with a parent who was probably less than fit to be a parent. Um, who traumatized me significantly. And you take that trauma and those issues and you drag them into adulthood and you don't fix them. So you bleed all over other people um and stuff. And people, that's the root of a lot of mental crisis is childhood. Childhood. People think that kids acting out and all this stuff. No, we've been very invisible by not being on social media. Social media is a new thing. It's just making it visible. This isn't new. It's what I want y'all to understand. It's not new. So social media is just making your flaws visible. Um, so as we go into this next season, we go into the holidays. I want y'all to be careful with yourself and be careful with people. There are some family members some of y'all got that you probably shouldn't be around this holiday because mentally you ain't got it all together. And rather than just going spazzing out or getting violent, just don't go. People have said stuff to you and haven't apologized, haven't wanted to address it with you. Don't be around them. if people don't reconcile or can't reconcile, people who can't apologize, then y'all don't need to be around them. That's what I want y'all to know. That's what I want to say. Y'all don't need to be around them. If you can't apologize, then you don't need to be around. You don't need to be around me. I'm good. I don't need you. I'm good. We don't need the craziness. It's enough suffering going on in this world right now. We good on suffering. All right. All right. Mm. I I know this is gonna be an exceptionally looking at the TikToks and stuff that I see. This is gonna be a hard holiday season. We got a lot of political divide in families. We got a lot of unhealed trauma going on. And I just beg y'all to stay at home this holiday season if you can. If it's not, if visiting people is not going to be positive and beneficial this holiday season, just don't go. Don't go. Don't go and put yourself in a place to be upset. If your mama is MAGA and is ready to tear you down because you're a Democrat, don't go. Just don't go. Don't spend your holidays arguing with people who will never see it your way unless they're ready to deconstruct. Don't do stuff like, I love my mom and them and stuff. Sometimes love put y'all in crazy places. I need y'all to break up some of this bondage. Because some of y'all are living in bondage. And it ain't good. I think some of you pastors need to go back and start teaching people what bondage is, what yokes are, and all of this. I was brought up. Those were some of the first teachings I had in church, was about being in bondage and tied up with people and stuff that ain't beneficial and dragging me around and all of that. I can remember those teachings when I was like 4, 5, and 6 years old, sitting in the main sanctuary. And I'm gonna tell you now, at 40, almost 40, I rarely hear y'all bringing up yokes and bondage in church. But you need to get back to teaching people about it, because people are coming up with soul ties and living in bondage and all kinds of things because people ain't teaching them nothing, not teaching them how to go about it, just living in discourse, just doing everything is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I wouldn't wish for you to be sitting in something. This is why I kind of sort of, the church get on my nerves, because we teaching everything but how to live. Now, before y'all go back and say anything, I'm not talking about all churches. Because every time I say something about church on this podcast, which is why I don't really talk about church, it's people that's in proximity to me that get mad and come and say, well, are you talking about me? Are you talking about my church? Go away, please. It's my podcast. Like, go away. But people aren't talking about living with all this extra stuff on you. This is how a lot of people are ending up with soul ties. Because only time people in this era equate a soul tie is to when they are laying down with people that they don't need to be with. That's the only place people think they get soul ties, because that's the only way y'all preach it. Y'all not preaching that your abusive mama and you could be in a soul tie. Your abusive daddy, your abusive aunt, grandparent, cousin. Some of y'all kids need to be cut off. I ain't lying. Have these conversations. Some of you adults have kids that are adult kids that are hurting you, and you still doing the absolute most, and they don't give a crap. They're just taking you under. It's time for you to cut the tie. Until they can get it right, cut the tie. Stop going. I don't care who they are. And this is something I know I told y'all in 20. I want y'all to start getting ready for 2026. Stop doing for people that's not doing for you. Make these relationships make sense. People who ain't doing that for you, stop doing it. I if it is negatively impacting your life and being, just stop. They'll be fine. And you'll know when they know they're negatively impacting you, because every time you sit or say something, they'll always come and turn around. Were you talking about me? Were you talking about this? Were you talking about that? People who know that I'm not talking about them know that I'm not talking about them. But if a hit dog holler, then boo boo, boo boo. Like, y'all, is y'all cool? Stop forcing yourself into places. Stop forcing your way into things. If that man want to go to his mama house, and he, first of all, if that man's mama is hurting you and doing all kind of crazy stuff to you, then that man shouldn't want to go to his mama's house. But if he ain't quite learned that yet, and that man want to go to his mama's house, don't sit there and argue with him about going to mama. Let him go. Let him go, and let him feel the effects of it when he come home. Like, we y'all overthink these things, boy. Y'all overthink these things. I promise you, you can be well and whole if you want to. Y'all just make a choice to be in odds, to be confrontational and stuff. No, make it be beneficial, not confrontational. Mental health is sour right now. Do something to build yourself up first. And it takes more than just prayer. I'm sick of y'all telling people to go pray this stuff away. No, some of y'all need to go sit in a therapist. Some of y'all need some psychiatric medicine to get it together. Stop losing sleep over people that ain't sleep, that's in the bed sleeping all night. It's crazy. They ain't losing no sleep over you. Why are you losing sleep over them? It's okay to cook your own dinner at home. It's okay to order out. It's okay to go to Golden Corral. As long as you wake up after the holiday and feel good, then you do what you need to do. Notice I said you do what you need to do. I don't want to see people hurting this holiday. I don't want to see people getting so anxious that they crash out. And I don't want to see that. I don't want y'all to walk into these holidays with your head up and walk out of it with your head high. Family is supposed to be a happy time, and if your family is not a happy time, then just don't. It's okay. You ain't got them. It's cool. y'all, it's cool. It's cool. Y'all all right? Go take care of y'all mental health. I want y'all to really deep dive and Make sure that you're okay. And if you're not okay, go talk to somebody professional. Not your friends. Go seek professional help. Go unravel yourself. I don't want to hear about nobody else, especially people that I know or close to people that I know, committing suicide, going off on the deep end, committing a crime because they just lost it. This time is making us do this. The amount of insanity I've seen from people who disagree with the No Kings protest today is enough to know that I know the amount of nasty comments that I see people make on social media isn't like, come on, y'all. Go take care of yourself for the holidays. That's what you need to do this holiday. Is take care of yourself, okay? All right. I love y'all. I really do. And we don't have to agree on anything and everything. But I hope we can agree that your mind matters. Your mental state matters. You matter. There are people out here, regardless of what's going on, there are people out here that is counting on you, that look up to you, that love you, that care about you, and want you around still. I don't care if the world is burning up right now. There are people that still want you around. So go and wash your mind and put it to bed. Chill. Go find something to do for yourself. Go outlet. Go find somebody that can pour positivity into you and let the rest of it go. All right. I done dropped everything on the floor. I done took these glasses off my head like I can see. So that's all I got to say about mental health. It's just all of this stuff that's going on. Go take care of your mind. Go take care of your mind. It matters. Go take care of it. Let's go and move over to food topics. Y'all, I'm going to talk about Thanksgiving. So, like, I don't know what I'm going to quite do on Thanksgiving because my parents get married that Saturday. I was looking for a Friendsgiving, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know where I'm going to be or whatever. All I know is I'm ready for Thanksgiving. I'm hungry and I'm ready for Thanksgiving. That's what I do know. I can't wait. I'm hungry. Um, I want me some. Although I've had dressing, I want dressing. I think I can eat dressing every day, and it ain't gonna be good for you. But that and a piece of ham. So anybody going to a funeral or something and got some dressing and ham, or they gonna cook some dressing and ham, holler at me because I just want me a piece of ham and some dressing right now. I ain't gonna sit here and tell you no lie. I ain't gonna hold you. If you need recipes or something, or you need me to help, I'm not cooking anything Thanksgiving. But if you need help and you like, hey, I really want to make this for Thanksgiving, and I could use your help. I've learned how to tell AI what I do to make certain things, and it spits out a recipe. Yep. So if you need a recipe for something, and I'm gonna make a video about this because I'm pretty excited. Let me know, and I will get it over to you. Um, my recipe cards are only gonna be $1. Um, um, it's just for my time or whatever. So if you need a recipe, um, just let me know. I got you. I got plenty of them. Just tell me what you need or what you're trying to cook or what you're trying to do. And for each dish, it'll be $1. That's it. $1. All right. That's food. Who am I shouting out this week? I want to shout out everybody that have been kind to me, that have given me kind words. There are a lot of people who have come in my inbox, who have been on my post these last 3 days, that have been exceptionally kind, that have made me cry, that have made me realize a whole lot of things. And to those people, I say thank you. The kindness matters. Kindness matters. When you're going through what I'm going through, kindness matters. And I appreciate anybody being kind to me. I tell y'all all the time to be kind. You never know what somebody's going through. And the people that actually pour their kindness back into me, I appreciate you, chef's kiss. I hope you get everything in your life that you desire. The people that have sown into me and given me money, I pray God double, triple, quadruple portion over whatever you've given me. People who have desires to give and don't have any money, because I've had people was like, I don't have anything, and I wish I could help you, QB. I hope that we shouldn't be struggling like this, because some of the people that I've heard from, I'm like, with all that we got going on, there's no way we're struggling. My own chef bestie, I said, girl, ain't no way life should be fighting us like this, because both of us are in the fight of our life. Everything that could be going wrong right now is going wrong with both of us. And I said, girl, ain't no way we fighting for our life like this. Ain't no way. So I'm not cooking, but I know my girl is cooking. I know quite a few people that are cooking and offering holiday meals. So if you need me to suggest somebody to you that I know that can get you some edible food, because you don't want edible food, I get it. Let me know and I'll get you hooked up with some people that can do it. I've been trying to share that stuff on my page. So yeah. That's that. I want to challenge y'all. For instead of the question week, I want y'all to give some kind words to your viewer audience, or a heartfelt video. And I want y'all to hashtag it QV said be kind. QV said be kind. Let me write that down. Write that down right here. QV said be kind. So that's hashtag QVSAIDBEKIN. QV said be kind. I want y'all to go and try to give in this next week multiple words of encouragement to your viewer audience. People need encouragement right now. People need affirmation. So it could be affirmations, it can be encouragement, it could be wisdom. But don't be foolish and stupid. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. That's what I'm challenging y'all to do. Is to be kind. And my word of encouragement is simply to be kind. Be kind. People are going through everything. And I know I keep bringing y'all back to this, but the amount of ugliness we're going through right now, I keep needing to reiterate these words of being kind. Everybody keeps saying they're a Christian, but where is your kindness? Where is your fruits of the Spirit? Love, peace, joy. Where are they? Y'all are being some of the most harsh, stupid, and critical people right now. People don't need that. People need you to be kind and to pray for them and to help them. I mentioned last week, sometime, that a girl had mentioned that a lot of y'all are just following Paul. Y'all are not following Jesus, because following Jesus is following those red letters in the Bible. Look at those red letters in the Bible and look at what they say. Religion doesn't supposed to hurt. It is not supposed to traumatize you. It ain't supposed to make you feel some kind of way. If y'all would just be kinder to one another, we wouldn't have to go through half of the things that we are going through as a world. Because it's far beyond the nation. Y'all have lost the plot. And I'm a lot of disappointed with some of you clergy people. You actually have people that look up to y'all and y'all just spew this hatred For what? What are you gaining it over? Y'all want to argue about everything on social media in the name of God, and you demon, you devil, you this, you that. Are you looking at what you doing? I hate it. I hate it when people say things with God's name, and the first comments I see is that's why I don't go to church. That's why I left church. That's why I did. Do y'all not understand that the responsibility of them leaving the kingdom of God, church, or whatever will be placed upon you? You are supposed to draw. Matthew 18 tell us to go out there and make disciples. Y'all are killing people. Sorry, Matthew 28. I said 18. The verses is around 18, 19, 20. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are not making disciples. Y'all are sowing discord. And it's gross. I don't ever want somebody, I'm not going to mention this person or whatever. Y'all probably can put one and one together if you know me for so long or whatever. So an incident was going on a couple of years ago or whatever. And a person called me and we was talking, and they was like, I was very disappointed. I'm very disappointed in how this person is acting in their lack of compassion, seemingly that they are, a leader and a pastor's wife. You would think they would be more empathetic and more compassionate to your situation. And when I tell you from then, my chin has been checked, because people check your position in church. And the first things that they say is, man, I remember right when she said that, I said, Lord, don't ever have nobody say nothing like that about me. Please do not let me be the reason why somebody feels some kind of way and feels some kind of difference about church or whatever. And a lot of y'all pastors and leaders is going to rebut that and say, well, that's a da. No, that's valid. Stop invalidating what people say. They can say what they want to say. People have the right to tell you that you are drawing people away from the church by your nasty words and ways. And some of your pastors don't want to accept that is the reason why we go through these Christianity crises is because of the mess that y'all say from the pulpit. The mess y'all get online on videos and say, the posts and stuff that y'all share, these subliminals and kicks or whatever you want to say, because you want to feel important in this moment. For what? Y'all are on this power grab and all of this stuff. Like, people like me ain't for it. A friend of mine that I don't think she's a Christian or whatever. She may very well be, but she's not like devout or whatever. She had expressed, how all of these people that are pushing religion on people and everything else and everything, and how it's so annoying and all the things to her. And I told her, as a person of clergy, I said, I'm clergy and they're getting on my nerves. And I'm gonna read to y'all what she said, what she replied back to me when I said. She said, thank you. Somebody that understands what this post is about, for anyone that wants to take it and run with it and be offended or upset or be upset or whatever. I don't give a you know what, because then you're exactly who I'm talking about. But if it's not you, then keep it moving. So I appreciate you for not taking offense to something that didn't apply to you. No, because it don't. Because I don't sit online with religious rhetoric trying to make people feel bad all the time. Because God is an uplifting God. He's an inspiring God. He's an all loving, all knowing, all caring God. He is not crazy like y'all paint him out to be. There are things that happen to people in the Bible, but those are literally stories and timelines and histories for you to understand the timeline of Jesus Christ and the timeline of Christianity. It is not for you to go back and relive these Bible stories. Y'all are crazy. Anytime somebody speak out against it like she did, because this is what her original post said. Her original post said, okay, I don't know why my timeline is turning to Bible thumping religious freaks, but I'm not with it. I have to do a cleanse of my social media. I do not knock anybody for being religious, but the posts are literally trying to force people into a specific religion or bash others or being judgmental. Basically, the whole hypocrisy of religion is all over my timeline right now. And I will always say, if you are black and you are pushing that white man's book in people's face, I really can't bump with you. I understood that. Some people don't want to hear. I always say respect people's belief. Everybody ain't a Christian. That's why when they was like, this is a Christian nation. No, it's not. And having one nation under God written on the Bible don't make this place no more Christian than anything else. This is for the people, by the people. That's what this nation is. It is a democracy. It is ruled by the people, for the people. And you know what the people can be in this nation? Any dang on thing they want to be. You don't have to like it, but you need to respect it. And you people have lost the plot in the course of that. I have never tried to force people to be Christ because to come to Christ, and you don't understand why. Because my fruit will always speak for me. My fruit will always speak for me. I don't have to go out here and sell Jesus Christ on a pipstick. My fruit will always speak for me. And that's the problem with y'all. Y'all's fruit's so rotten that you got to overcompensate and be stupid by saying crazy things about Christianity. So you think that you right. Or try to sway people that you right and everything else against what you saying is wrong. It's because you are growing rotten fruit in the field. You ain't got no harvest. All of your seeds is striking concrete. You dried up, you shriveled up, and so this is the best thing you can do. And some of y'all listen to this foolishness. Y'all don't have a mind of your own. That's why I'm living in my deconstructing era. I don't care. You ain't gotta like me. I know some people, even some of probably my own ministry colleagues, are gonna take offense with this podcast, and I don't care. Y'all are doing too much. We'll never get everybody to Christianity the way y'all acting. Y'all ain't gonna do that but draw them away. Y'all about to draw me out of there if I ain't had no sense. When we got a whole passage, y'all go down the rabbit hole on TikTok of deconstructing religion. I've come across, I know hundreds of videos of people who have been to the seminary, and you know you have to be a devout to go to seminary. Because who wants to go to 4 years of college to study Christ? 2 to 4 years to study a religion. We got whole people on the internet that have been to seminary, who have masters of divinity, doctorates of divinity, who have led whole many mega to mega congregations, who are now atheists. Yeah. Or agnostic. And I can see how that happens. And I shouldn't be able to see how that happens. But I watch y'all every day with the foolishness. There is no reason why, and I think he was a pastor for about 25, 30 years. And the first thing I know y'all are going to say is he really wasn't in it and his heart wasn't in it in the first place. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. You ain't pastored a Christian church for 25 and 30 years and your heart wasn't in it for you to wake up now and decide that you're going to be atheist. I would have probably gave him the benefit of the doubt if he only did it 2 to 3 years. But 20 and now you're an atheist, you don't want nothing to do with religion. I pray for them people. Because I know y'all like when I used to minister to You Deserve It, the Benita Washington version, Benita Jones version. I don't know if she Washington Jones back then. I don't know which one she is. But I remember in that song where it say that y'all are so talking to the leaders of the church that y'all are so stony and stoic and y'all think y'all are owed something. This is why people are leaving or deciding that the church is just not for them anymore. It's not because they want to live these, as y'all call them, liberal homosexual lives. It's because they're tired of being depressed and oppressed by foolishness in the church. It's always something. I know y'all don't like this kind of talking, and that's fine. Y'all will be all right. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna wrap it up, and I'm gonna say that we'll start season 2 next week. I probably won't do an exclusive this week unless I have to. But I'm gonna do an exclusive. I'm sorry. I'm gonna roll season 2 over into next weekend. Y'all just BOLO, be on the lookout. So I still have business ads open if you like a business ad. I told you they are $10 and they run for a month. So you'll get 4 whole weeks of ads for $10. So you can always renew them. I just have 3 slots for ads. Other than that, that's gonna bring us to a podcast. We got it right at an hour this week. I told you I'm trying to stay in that hour time frame. If that means making multiple episodes a week and everything else, just not trying to make 2 and 3 hour podcasts. That's crazy. And having to sit that long and all the things that go on with that. Yeah, I ain't trying to do that. So that brings us to the end of this podcast. Thank y'all for a wonderful season. I love y'all. I know this is gonna come off to some of y'all like, oh my God, QA, why? But listen, if you didn't hear anything, hear this. Watch your ways, watch your words, and be kind. That's all I gotta say. Make sure y'all stay whole, stay in peace, stay at peace and not in pieces. And I will see y'all next week. Bye.